2 chefs, 3 courses, $3,000 on the line, and a few twists. These chefs managed to make it to the semifinals, but today, only one will move on. I'm Samantha Bowers, and this is Show Me Chefs. Welcome back to the Show Me Chef's Kitchen, here at 319 Event Center. Our chefs battled it out in the quarter rounds and are now ready to compete in the semifinals. They will once again compete in 3 rounds of cooking for the chance to move on and win $3,000. Now let's see what our returning chefs have been up to.
I'm really hoping that my knife skills got a little bit better. I've been practicing. That was one of the things Chef Leong told me, that I needed to work on my, when you cut against the grain.
I'm thinking $3,000 sounds pretty good. Might take a real vacation with that.
Welcome to the semifinal rounds here on Show Me Chefs. Our first returning chef is Chef Trini Pena from the Fremont Senior Living Center. Welcome back, Chef Trini. We're excited to have you. How does it feel to be back here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen?
It feels really exciting and it's awesome, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I know I have to step up my game, but I'm here.
We would also like to welcome back Chef DJ Ball from Nona's Cafe. Chef DJ, how are you feeling today? Nervous, excited?
A little bit of both. I feel good. We're glad to be back.
Well, we're excited to have you here on the semifinal rounds.
Thank you.
Chefs, as you know, today you will be competing in 3 rounds of cooking: an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. But there's a twist. Since today is the semifinal rounds, you will be competing in a 15-minute appetizer lightning round. And the stakes are high because the loser of today's appetizer round will lose 5 minutes off of their entree round. Now, let's reveal our mystery basket ingredient. Your challenge is to complete the perfect chicken sandwich using the assortment of breads we have provided by Neighbor's Mill.
First of all, the appetizer round was cut down to 15 minutes. So that was like, and then I see raw chicken, and chicken you have to cook really well. So I was like, oh, I have to get this chicken cooked.
Okay, chefs, we're not going to waste any time. Your time starts now. Now let's meet our panel of judges. Our first judge today is Chef Wing Leong from Leong's Asian Diner.
Thank you for having me, Sam.
Our next judge is Angela Wanathantri, General Manager and Executive Chef at 319 Event Center. We would also like to welcome Rhonda Borum, Dean of the Culinary Arts School at Victory Trade School. Welcome to the Show Me Chef's Kitchen, judges. We're excited to have you here today.
Thank
We're
you.
excited to be here.
Me too.
Well, quite a bit of change. Chicken sandwich, you can go from very simple to exotic. But since it's semifinalists, you have to balance out the chicken with the different types of bread. Which one would you choose?
Well, there's several options of bread too, from tomato herb cheese to spinach feta, strawberry and pecan. So multigrain, olive Greek, all kinds of different types of bread. So it really depends on what they're thinking or which way you want to go with this. It's an ultimate chicken sandwich.
Do you go sweet or savory? Or the time of the day? Do you want more of a brunch item, or a lunch more savory item?
So this is a lightning round also, depending on how long they're going to marinate the chicken or how fast you're going to cook the chicken. It's only 15 minutes too. And as far as I know, Chef DJ went straight to the bread, but Chef Trini, she hasn't even started picking the bread yet. So wonder what type of flavor of the sandwich she's thinking about.
I went with the chicken thigh because I knew the breast, if I cooked it that high and that fast, it was going to come out dry. So I opted, for the thighs. So that's the first thing I did, was season my chicken, get it in the pan, get it going with some bacon.
Chef DJ, what type of bread did you pick?
The tomato basil.
So he went to his bread and butter, I think, huh?
I go where you know. Sun-dried tomato basil bread.
I use that kind of ingredients all the time, so it's really Italian style, and plus I really like it. It's kind of sweet. It's good bread. The chicken I used was not a dry. If you use chicken breast, it'll dry out really quick, so I used the dark meat.
Well, yeah, I love dark meat, but most people want to go with white meat on a sandwich.
Correct.
But you know, the most important thing is not to overcook it and cook it and make sure it's moist and juicy.
Chef Trini, what do you think? What kind of bread are you going with? You know, you got a little time to think about it now.
I don't know yet. I'm gonna taste them.
Yeah, they do have little pieces that they can taste.
The knife I had was like with a really short blade, and it was there were big hunks of bread. So I was like, wow, it's gonna be what it is.
You know, half the battle of making a great sandwich for me has always been choice of the bread.
bread.
Bread, of course. Yeah.
That's the main thing for a sandwich.
If you have a good tasting bread, and depending on if it's dense, kind of a sandwich, a soft bread, whatever the type of you want to go.
Right, and to me, it's also a balance of how much bread to your protein. You get too much bread and you're eating all bread, or
Correct.
not enough bread, the meat will just tear apart your sandwich, you know, and you're just eating goulash.
Texture has to be right.
I knew I wanted to toast my bread, so I was like, that was the second thing I did. I made sure I got some olive oil on my bread. I chose the feta bread, the Greek bread, because it tasted well, and put that in the oven right away so it can get toasted really well.
Well, they're already lost a third of their time already.
Yep.
They-
15 minutes, they have
Yeah.
to start cooking the chicken too.
And they are working with raw chickens, so they got to make sure they follow Serve Safe guidelines,
Yep.
make sure the chicken's done right,
Yep.
and the cutting board's clean. and-
Correct. Feeling a little pressure right now with the time?
A little bit.
There was a bread knife sitting there, and I went to use it, and it was pretty dull, so I just had to get my own out because it wasn't even going to cut through that bread. Should have had it out to begin with, but you know, kind of go with what's right there. Definitely had to use my own knife there. I think it was set out there for a distraction. Throw me off.
So Trini, what flavor profile are you thinking of going with the sandwich?
Something that tastes good, just
Oh,
flavors.
Okay.
You know, I never know what I'm gonna do.
I feel really nervous when I'm in the kitchen, and but everyone tells me that I portray that I'm really, really calm, but I'm not. I mean, my brain's going 5,000 miles a minute.
So what cheeses are you using?
Parmesan
Parmesan.
and some smoked Gouda.
Parmesan and good.
Gouda.
Also, just a quick another shout out to the Neighbor's Mill. Wow, what a awesome product, huh?
Love their place.
Let's take a look at what Lakin's up to at Neighbor's Mill Bakery and Cafe.
I'm here at Neighbor's Mill. They're gonna show us how they make some bread for our show. Come on, let's go check it out.
I am Lauren Brown, the co-owner of Neighbor's Mill, along with my husband. My dad is just very entrepreneurial, so he kind of had the vision to do a restaurant like this where we baked our own bread and we used, we milled our wheat and everything was made from scratch. And so he came across an old grist mill like in 1974. And so now we actually have a mill here in this location as well.
The wheat berries are essentially the little grains that come off of a stalk of wheat, and dump it in the hopper. It's ground into wheat between the burrs, and then it's kind of sucked through a dust collector mechanism and then dumped right into a bucket and then straight into the mixer. So it's a really cool process to have something so quick and fresh. You just have fresh milled wheat right there for you.
We make really awesome bread. We make everything from scratch. So I think we're really unique in that way. We do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and so just invite everyone to come and check us out.
When we come back, Okay, chefs, we're hitting that 5-minute mark. Remember, you are competing for a 5-minute advantage over your opponent in the entree round. The stakes are high.
Less than 5 minutes.
You know, the 5 minutes, losing 5 minutes on the entree round, it is a big, big deal.
It is. You need to start building those sandwiches or whatever they're getting at. You know, since it is appetizer, you know, we can do open face, crostinis. We'll see what they're gonna put together right now.
And making sure getting the elements on the plate is so important before the time. And also, seems like each chef is going to what they know and their
Comfort
background
zone.
and their comfort zone. So because of that, we do expect have the best product out, don't you think?
I believe so, and also the use of the ingredients in the semifinals. It's the best usage of all the secret ingredients that we have.
1 minute, chefs. It's time to get those ingredients on those plates. "30 seconds, chefs, 30 seconds. Get those ingredients on those plates." "15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7,
This is
6,
coming real cutting it
5,
close.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Chefs, what an exciting round. Congratulations to both of you for completing the first challenge that we're going to throw at you here on the semifinal round. Chefs, your challenge was to create the perfect chicken sandwich in our appetizer lightning round. The stakes are high because the loser of this round will have to wait 5 minutes before starting their entree. It is now time to present to our panel of judges. Chef Trini, you're up first.
Today I made a sandwich that has the dark meat of the chicken thigh, with avocado. I use spinach. I always like to use spinach on my sandwiches. And with cucumber, and then I tossed it in a lemon with a little bit of salt. And I did that so I could contrast the savory from the chicken and make it a little light with the salad that's say on top.
Judges, what do you think about the olive Greek bread and the use of Chef Trini's chicken sandwich?
Well, I love the bread, but see, the chefs were to use the ingredients. The chicken is moist. I like the balance with the cucumber. As far as portion-wise, it is awfully big for an appetizer.
When I had my truck, I served always big appetizers because I knew they were going to want big portions of their main dish too.
Right.
So,
But it's everything in balance, but overall good flavors.
Judge Rondra, what are your thoughts?
I think it's very good. It's a little messy, a little hard to eat, but I agree with Chef Wing that the bread needs to be cut a little more evenly.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Trini. Chef DJ, you may now present your dish.
I made basically a Chipotle chicken club sandwich. I used some of the smoked bacon, chicken thigh that I rubbed with some cayenne pepper, some chipotle powder, and some paprika. Got some melted Gouda cheese on there, and I made a spinach apple salad to top it with on the sun-dried tomato bread.
Chef DJ, it looks like you were kind of rushing around towards the end there. Did our lightning round get the best of you?
It was a lot faster.
A lot faster. You got everything on the plate?
Magically.
Magically.
And it's not very pretty.
Well, let's see what our judges think.
Well, I like the chicken. It's flavorful, and the apple kind of cuts some of that spiciness, and I like how you did different cheeses. The use of the other ingredients as opposed to, I like how you flavored them as opposed to just putting it on a piece of bread.
Judge Rhonda, what are your thoughts on how the flavors work together with this dish?
I love the flavors. The only issues I had was the bread is not toasted enough, and mine was a little thin on parts, so it kind of made the bread a little soggy. But I love the apple and the bacon and the cheeses all together. It was good. I think it's very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ. Chefs, you may leave the kitchen. Our judges will decide the winner of today's lightning appetizer round.
thank you.
Judges, what an exciting lightning round we had. What were your thoughts on Chef Trinny's dish?
I think she went to her comfort zone, kind of the Southwest style, the avocado, the flavoring of the chicken. Tasted great. I love the cucumber and the lime aspect of it on that, but also the visual presentation wasn't always apparent.
Okay, so moving on to Chef DJ, what were your thoughts on his chicken sandwich?
I think he did a good job. I think he used the cheeses that he used to accompany the chicken sandwich that he wanted to go with. So, in the same token, his presentation, his bread was soggy, very soggy. So that's something to think about.
Judges, as you know, the stakes are higher for this appetizer lightning round because whoever you choose as the winner will have an advantage over their opponent. So judges, have you come to a decision?
Yes, we have.
Let's bring back our chefs. When we come back,
The winner of the appetizer lightning round is
chefs, your challenge was to create the perfect chicken sandwich in just 15 minutes during our appetizer lightning round. Our judges have tasted and discussed your sandwiches and have decided on who the winner will be and who will gain a competitive advantage of 5 minutes over their opponent. Judges, who is the winner of today's appetizer lightning round?
the winner of the appetizer lightning round is Chef DJ.
Congratulations, Chef DJ, you are today's winner. That means, Chef Trinny, you will start 5 minutes later than Chef DJ in our entree round. Chefs, you were told to bring 5 ingredients of your choice to go along with our mystery protein in today's entree round. Chef Trinny, what 5 ingredients did you bring today?
The 5 ingredients I brought today are fresh jalapenos, avocados, queso fresco, beans, and red cabbage.
And what were your thoughts on bringing these ingredients?
I can pretty much make anything with them, with any protein.
There you go, that's a good strategy. Chef DJ, what ingredients did you choose to bring today?
I brought pancetta, Israeli couscous, balsamic vinegar, cauliflower, and fresh fennel.
And what was your strategy behind these ingredients?
These are ingredients I use a lot of, some of my favorite things.
Okay, perfect. Chefs, your mystery protein is boneless pork chops from Wild Bunch Farms. Now let's get our time started. Chefs, you will have 35 minutes to complete your entrees. Remember, Chef Trinny, you will start 5 minutes later than Chef DJ. Chef DJ, your time starts now.
Chef Trinny has to sit there and just watch.
Right. Well, that's going to be the most difficult part, but she can use it to her advantage, plan in her mind what she's going to do, and she can look at her opponent and say, okay, he's going with this. I'm going to change it. I'm going to be ready as soon as that gun starts. Boom, she's out of the gate with a full menu and everything she can put together, and that's how I see for her to win this round.
I knew what I wanted to make as soon as I saw it. Pork tacos, al pastor pork tacos are really good.
Chef Trinny, what's going through your mind right now?
What I'm gonna do.
Okay, so are you using this as a strategy? As
Yeah.
a kind of, do you view this as an advantage or a disadvantage?
Feels like an advantage. 5 minutes is 5 minutes, but it's giving me a chance to methodically think what I'm gonna do.
Does it make you nervous to see Chef DJ kind of running around getting his ingredients prepped over there?
No.
Okay, you're very calm. You're known for that. You're known for being calm here in the Show Me Chef's
My brain's
kitchen.
running 10,000 miles a minute. I guess I just portray it that I'm calm.
Well, we like that. Chef DJ, do you think you have an advantage over Chef Trinny with the extra 5 minutes?
Not necessarily. I think that it's not a bad thing to be able to sit there and think about it and plan everything you need to do out.
What do you think about our mystery protein? Do you think it goes well with the mystery ingredients that you brought?
Yes, I do. I think
Okay,
it
well,
goes
that's
great.
perfect.
Pork's my favorite. I think pork is one of the most undersold proteins in restaurants today. You don't see it a lot on menus, and if you do, it's only one version of it. So.
Okay, Chef Trinny, you have 1 minute until you can begin cooking.
Itching to go?
Yeah. That 5 minutes, I just wanted to hurry up and start. You know, it was just like, it felt like 20 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chef Trini, you may begin.
All right.
Thank
She's
you.
out of the
Chefs,
gate.
you have 30 minutes left in the entree round.
So far, I love all his ingredients. There's prosciutto, goat cheese. I'm anxious to see what you can do with the fennel and the balsamic.
And the couscous, he hasn't started yet, yeah. I mean, it's Israeli couscous. Now, what's the difference? Can you tell us? You specifically asked for that. So what's the Israeli couscous?
It's pretty versatile. It's kind of like a grain, but it's actually a pasta, and you can use it for so many different things.
Okay, just checking.
Well, Trini seems to be going to her plan, and
She looks very serious.
Nah,
Nah, there you
seriousness
go.
in
Bring out that
here.
personality,
this
Trini.
is just me.
I think we work best under pressure.
We do, don't we? Yep. Less time to think and
Absolutely.
complicate things.
When we return, our chefs continue to battle it out. The judges are going to be a lot tougher on this personal basket round. Show us the best you can do.
well, it's great to see both chefs have handled their protein completely different. Chef Trini cut hers up in pieces and she's sauteing it, which is a good, smart thing with her time frame. Chef DJ has got a stuffed pork chop, and we'll see how each one comes out.
Now, Chef DJ, are you planning on baking it, or
Pardon?
those stuffed pork chops is going to be going in the oven? Or
Oh
is
yeah.
it- Okay.
Oh yeah.
But Chef DJ feels like he's cooking in his own kitchen right now. He's got his familiar with his own ingredients. He's worked with pork chops, so.
Yeah.
Pork's my favorite protein, by the way.
Chef DJ, if you win the Show Me Chefs, what would you do with the $3,000?
Honestly, I would probably take my family on a real vacation.
Very true to that.
I forgot what those really are like.
I know it, right?
I don't think haven't had a real one since I was a child, so
Where would you go?
to a beach.
A beach?
Anyone that doesn't know fennel has a nice licorice taste. It's fresh, crisp, if you cook it right.
Yep, if you cook it right.
I love fennel on my stuff. I love it especially with fish.
Yep, of course.
I think it's even fun to eat in salads as well.
Yeah.
Okay, chefs, we've passed that halfway point. You now have 15 minutes left in the entree round.
And since you guys are both going completely different ways of styles of cooking, what do you think? What are you making for us today? What do
I'm
you,
cooking for, like, if I'm cooking for my brothers and sisters and cousins, and just like I would be cooking for home.
for a good old fiesta?
Yep. Yep. Just using my Hispanic roots to make what I know. I do what I do. I can turn pretty much anything into a Mexican dish. It's just the way I do things. It's what I'm comfortable with, and to me, it gives the judges a chance to taste some real authentic Mexican food through this competition. So, no, I think if I can make Mexican out of it, that's what I'm gonna do.
Trini, what would you do if you won the $3,000 of Show Me Chef?
I'd probably throw a big old fiesta for everybody.
I hope you invite us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know that's what I would do. I'd have a big old get together.
I want to go.
Chef DJ, did you steam the cauliflower, or what did you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's a handy tool.
That is a handy tool, huh? Coring a pineapple.
Oh, cool.
Thanks to Mama Jean's. They sponsor our pantry from all the cheeses, the milk, the cream, the vegetables, everything, most of the vegetables.
Well, I wish they would stock my pantry. I love their products.
Oh, we're really excited to be a part of Show Me Chefs. Of course, it falls right in line with Mama Jean's and what we do. We're passionate about food, and we just want to educate people about eating healthy, and we just feel like Show Me Chefs is a good way to get that out there.
A lot of times people are, I'm not going to go into a health food store. It's going to be all like weird food and it's going to be strange, and we just want to be really promoting our business as just a completely 100% locally owned natural market. We have a lot of long-term customers, that have been shopping with us for 13 years.
I hear stories all the time about how, Mama Jean's has changed my life, and that's what makes me want to stay in this kind of business. It's been really fun and good business venture for me.
I'm hoping the contestants use the ingredients that they chose and using it rather than just, I'm hoping it's not just on the plate to accompany it.
Right.
Actually, I like what Chef DJ is doing, making a puree out of the broccoli.
As opposed to just steaming the broccoli throwing on the plate.
Correct.
Right. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Well, if I understand what Chef Trini did, looks like she's doing tacos pastor, and I happen to love pastor meat.
I'm excited to taste it.
Me too.
Well, as far as plating, they're both neck to neck.
Yeah.
They're focused. They're trying to finish their plates.
And presentation also, has to have that presentation. This is semi-final round. They need to step up their game.
I think they're a lot farther along this time than they were at the beginning.
We're in the final minute, chefs. Remember, you're competing for a chance at $3,000.
They're all still working on their plates to the last second.
30 seconds, chefs. Get those ingredients on those plates. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Chefs, your challenge was to create an entree in just 35 minutes using the 5 mystery ingredients of your choice, along with our mystery protein. Chef DJ, you'll go first.
I did a prosciutto, goat cheese, and spinach stuffed pork chop. Underneath is a fire roasted tomato couscous. Inside there is a Parmesan cauliflower puree. And on top is a fresh salad with fennel, pear, and some fresh herb. And on the side is a plum balsamic reduction.
Chef DJ, what was your inspiration for this dish?
This is classic me. This is something I love pork, and this is kind of what I've been doing for 12 years now.
Let's see what our judges think.
The couscous could use a little more seasoning to me, and a little salt.
A little salt.
Judge Rhonda, what are your thoughts on how the ingredients that Chef DJ chose go along with the pork?
I think the presentation is beautiful. I love the pork. The pork is done right. I think I would have put a little more seasoning in the puree.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ. Chef Trini, now it's your turn.
I just made them al pastor tacos with refried beans, and I made guacamole, homemade guacamole. I went ahead and used a little bit of the cabbage for some crunch, and it's just something that we like to use a lot in Hispanic cooking. If you eat the beans with your taco a little bit, I went a little bit light on the salt with the beans only because of the cheese. I wanted to have that flavor of the cheese more than anything, and then when you eat it with the guacamole, you're gonna get it really good all-around combination.
So Chef Trini, how did the 5 minutes penalization
Well, I was
affect you?
gonna garnish a little bit more. I was gonna put, some lime wedges, cut them and make them pretty and put them on the plate. And, but that 5 minutes took a little bit of its toll. But I mean, in Hispanic cooking, this is how we serve. There's nothing fancy. It's just plain taste.
I think overall the presentation is pretty nice. Maybe a little heavy on the guacamole, but I still like salt in my beans. It's just it's kind of bland without it.
Okay.
I love the flavors. I love the taste. I think your pork is just a little bit overdone. but love the flavors.
In my culture, we cook pork all the way through. I don't believe in pink pork. I don't care what it is. I don't serve undercooked pork.
And also maybe a little less guacamole. You don't want to hide the actual.
Oh, we go heavy on guacamole.
I
I'm sorry about that, but that's my favorite ingredient.
I understand. So, I mean, tastes good, but sometimes I'm taking a big guacamole bite rather than.
No worries.
But
understand.
no, overall, good dish.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Trini. Thank you, chefs. You may leave the kitchen. Our judges will deliberate your plates. Okay, judges, let's talk about our chef's performance in the entree round. Judge Rhonda, how do you compare the two dishes against each other?
It was really tough. Both flavors were very good. I think Trini kind of overcooked her pork a little, where his was a little more moist and good, but she had more flavors in her guacamole and stuff, where he had a little less flavor in the couscous.
Chef DJ's stuffed pork chop, when I took a couple of bites, it was a little tough.
Mine was tough too, and a little overcooked too.
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a little disappointed having all that time and prepping, and I was hoping to see a little more
tender.
Yep.
Okay, judges, well, let's bring our chefs back into the kitchen for our final round. Chefs, welcome to the dessert round. This is our final round here today. Once again, you were both asked to bring 5 ingredients that you wanted to include in your dessert. Chef Trini, what ingredients did you bring with you today?
Today I brought with me pound cake, fresh strawberries, sweetened condensed milk, almonds, and evaporated milk.
What was your idea behind bringing these ingredients?
It's how we would make a tres leches cake.
Okay, well, we're interested to see how that turns out. Chef DJ, what ingredients did you bring for the dessert round?
I brought raspberries, goat cheese, spiced rum, limes, and fresh thyme.
And what did you have in mind when you were picking out these ingredients?
Kind of a shortcake. Looking for fresh raspberries, some limes, a little goat cheese.
Awesome, delicious. Okay, chefs, you both should know we're not gonna let you off that easy here in the semifinal rounds, right? Okay, the twist for this round is we're switching baskets. Chefs, hand them over.
How did we know this? How did we not know this?
So, Chef Trini, you will be cooking.
This. I like your basket.
I knew we were going to switch. It would have been too easy if they would have let us not switch baskets. But when in the entree round, when they didn't make us switch, I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe they are going to let us keep ours, our baskets. And then, sure enough, in dessert round, they make us switch.
If you try and do things out of your comfort zone, it's good to do things you haven't done, but not things you don't know anything about. Maybe you fail poorly. You could do something really risky and it pays off, but I think the risk isn't worth it sometimes.
Let's start the clock. Chefs, you will have 25 minutes to complete your desserts. Your time starts now.
Now, this is a nice little twist, isn't it?
I love this, because I knew what she was going to make.
I think this is honoring.
How did you know? How did you know?
Hey, here at Show Me Chef Kitchen, we gotta change things around and make it spicy, and kind of make it tough on people. But
We wanted to get them out of their comfort zone. This was perfect.
yeah.
I pretty much just went into immediate, think mode. Just, what am I gonna do with this thing? Not really sure what I'm gonna do with it. You're going in thinking one thing and you're thrown a loop, so you kind of start coming up with ideas.
Judges, what do we think of this twist here in this round?
I think it's great. It's going to push them out of their comfort zone and maybe out of the box a little.
Salud.
Salud.
Well, I think it's pretty evil. They've been thinking what they were going to do with the dessert for the last hour, and then all of a sudden we do this to them.
Yeah.
And the true chef is going to adapt and whatever, is going to use those ingredients to make the best dessert.
We were expecting this on the last round.
So, Chef Trini, what do you think? Is this something that you can work with?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Chef DJ?
We'll figure something out.
I'm kind of a baker I like to bake. Desserts are one of my favorite things. I've been baking since I was 16. But I would have rather have baked my own shortcake than used one that was pound cake. The only one I wasn't really used to using is the evaporated milk. It's not really one of my favorite things, so I don't really ever use it.
Now, when you guys were both picking your ingredients, you knew whatever you guys gonna make was gonna be done by 25 minutes?
No.
Did you think about that? No?
Kind of.
Okay.
Interesting.
It is. This is fun.
This is going to be fun.
Fun for us. We'll see when the chef's coming.
Yeah, fun for you. Fun for you.
Let's get to know a little more about our clothing sponsor, 5 Pound Apparel.
We started in 2010 as a screen printing company, so as you can see, our main product is t-shirts. And for every t-shirt sold, we donate 5 pounds of food to Ozarks Food Harvest. So that's where the name comes from, and then everything else we carry in store gives back in some way, shape, or form, and if it doesn't, we donate locally to Lost and Found. We're right in the heart of downtown, so we definitely want to be involved with different community events and things that are going on, like Show Me Chefs.
Chefs, you have 15 minutes left on your desserts.
Now, am I seeing the same shortbread that he's using? Trini, are you using the shortbread as well?
I found it in there. I found it in
Oh,
there.
a little tricky on this one. I think she's getting a little...
She found her cake.
I went into the pantry and I was looking for some regular bread. I was gonna do some kind of like almost like a French toast type thing and put all the stuff on it. But then I saw pound cake in there and I was like, hey, I gave her my basket, but I still found pound cake. Cool.
Chef Trini, what do you think about the ingredients that you were given? What do you think about the ones that Chef DJ picked out?
Yeah, it's good taste.
Okay, so are you happy with them?
Yeah.
Chef DJ, how do you feel about the ingredients that you were given?
Honestly, not a whole lot familiar with the idea of Tres Leches cake.
Is that the route you're gonna go?
No.
Okay, what are you planning?
Kind of a, we're gonna do like kind of a soaked but kind of crispy pound cake.
So, do you think time's gonna be an issue?
It might be.
It might be, okay. Well, I wish you good luck.
Chef Trini trying to make it crumble or trying to toast it? Or?
I'm not sure what she's doing. That's going to be fun.
I think Chef DJ's listening to trying to toast both sides of the shortbread.
So far, looking really good. I mean, I think it's a good consistency the way they're popping out of that pan.
Well, this battle's going to go all the way to the wire.
I think so. They're pretty much head to head, like neck to neck. Actually, what I
Right.
mentioned. To see now, she put something in the oven, crumbled the pound cake. Now she's using the pound cake as a base. I'm hoping anything that they put in the oven is almost pretty much done, or making sure
Right.
it's not
Burning.
overcooked. That's
Overcooked.
exactly what I was thinking.
Right.
Sometimes you forget that you're concentrating on plating the plate and you forgot what's in the oven.
Yep.
Okay, chefs, the pressure is on. You have 5 minutes remaining in the entire competition.
Looks like he's layering flavors.
Right.
Now, what was that sauce that you put just before you put in the topping on that, Chef DJ?
Oh, that was the evaporated milk. Threw a little sugar and salt in there, just kind of got it warm.
Okay.
Soaked the cake before I put it in the oven, and then put a little on there.
Very colorful and pretty so far, what I can
Both of them
see.
are beautiful. Oh, she made raspberry sauce. I was wondering what she did with the raspberries.
This has been a very close
This
competition.
has been a good one.
I mean, I'm almost nervous for both of them because
My mouth's watering already.
it is. I'm really impressed with what they're coming up with.
1 minute remaining, chefs. It's time to show the judges all you've got.
You know, lemon and lime, and something like that. It's always nice to cut. It just be nice and crisp taste to it, you know?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Chefs, you were faced with the challenge of creating a dessert in just 25 minutes using your opponent's chosen ingredients. The time has now come to present to our panel of judges. Along with tasting your desserts, our judges will be enjoying cups of coffee provided by Ozarks Mountain Coffee. Chef Trini, you're up first.
Today I made for you something that I don't even know. I mean, it's just, I used spiced rum. I had a shot of that first to get me through this. I used fresh strawberries, ice cream. I made a pound cake crumble with butter, and I used lemon zest on top to give it a little sunshine taste, to brighten it up so it's not so heavy. Hope you enjoy it.
Chef Trini, what would it mean to you to win $3,000?
I'm in this to just show people that culinary trained is awesome, but when you cook from your heart with passion, just leaps and bounds that you can do with food.
What a great story. Let's see what our judges think.
Overall, I like the presentation. Did you macerate the strawberries?
The strawberries I left on there fresh. My ingredient from my opponent was the raspberry.
Judge Rhonda, what do you think about the dish as a whole?
As a whole, I really like it. I like that fresh, but I am not tasting the sage or the thyme or the rum. And I think, but I like the use of the crumble. That was really good.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Trini.
You're welcome.
Chef DJ, you may now present your dish.
I made a toasted almond shortcake kind of sandwich, dessert sandwich. I took the pound cake and I soaked it with a little bit of the evaporated milk with some cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, baked it to kind of get a crispy edge on it. And then with the evaporated milk, a little bit of brown sugar, and the toasted almonds, I made the filling, kind of a caramel in the middle. And then I took the strawberries and I macerated those with a little bit of lemon juice and some blueberries. And on top of that is the lemon zest whipped cream, and I made a chocolate ganache with the condensed milk and some chocolate.
What challenges did you face with Trini's basket of ingredients?
Honestly, the pound cake kind of took me for a loop. Starting with something that's already made can be a little bit difficult sometimes.
Well, let's see what our judges think.
I feel like it's missing like either ice cream or the Sauvignon.
I think it's great. I love the way you toasted the pound cake, but I agree with both of the chefs that if you had had some kind of sauce, because it's a little dry, is what we're tasting, because your nut filling is dry.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chocolate, you know, I think if you had added some kind of Sauvignon, some kind of sauce, it would have been over the top.
Yep.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ. Chefs, you may leave the kitchen. Our judges will discuss your final plates. Judges, what do you think about the way each chef handled the switch of the baskets that we threw at them?
To me, Chef DJ was a little more sophisticated, but Chef Trini, I couldn't stop eating it. I mean, it was
true.
all there.
Exactly.
It was something I would eat for a dessert.
Correct,
Absolutely.
and I really believe that, and I think the dessert round, Chef Trini kind of knocked it out of the park a little bit. It was nice. Everything came together.
So let's talk about Chef Trini's overall performance here today.
I think she did a great job. She did stay quite a bit in her comfort zone, but in the long run, I think she did a really good job.
So moving on to Chef DJ, how do you feel he did today in the kitchen?
He tried some things and fell a little flat on certain things, but I think if he could have stepped up one more notch and used those ingredients like he should, he'd be hard to beat.
Well, judges, it sounds like it's been a tough decision here today, but have we come to a decision on who today's semifinal winner is?
Yes, we have.
Let's bring back our chefs.
One chef here did a pretty damn good job.
Well, chefs, it's been an exciting 3 rounds here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen on the semifinal episode. You both have successfully conquered all kinds of trials and challenges we've thrown at you. Our judges have tasted and discussed each of your plates and are now ready to give their final comments.
Trini, your appetizer today, the flavor profiles were good, just a little messy. And your entree today the flavor profiles were great. Your pork was just a little bit overdone. Your dessert today was great, but we didn't taste all the flavors in it. But overall, you did really well.
Thank you.
Judge Wing?
Chef DJ, your culinary training has come through. Your appetizer was flavorful. It just had a few issues with the bread. Your entree round, I like the presentation, a little overcooked on the pork. And finally the dessert, ingenious way of how you use the almonds, but a little dry, could use the sauce.
Judge Angelo?
You guys are pretty much equal on the appetizer and the entree round. And one chef here did a pretty damn good job of making a dessert for what's given.
Judges, which one of these chefs will be moving on to the final round to compete for the chance to win $3,000?
Well, gotta tell you, chefs, this was decided by 1 point. The chef who's gonna go and compete in the final round is Chef Trini.
Good work. She's really good at what she does, and she makes really good food, and I do not feel ashamed losing to her in any way.
Chef DJ, unfortunately you were not chosen as today's winner. Thank you for joining us here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen. How has your journey been?
Interesting, very educational. I had a good time though.
Thank you for joining us. Congratulations, Chef Trini. You will be moving on to the final round and compete for the chance to win $3,000.
Wow.
How does it feel to be today's winner?
I'm in awe right now because no way did I think I was gonna do it. This is who's with me.
What were some of the challenges that you faced today?
Cooking with stuff that I'm not used to cooking with. Booze, I can drink it real well, but cooking with it, I guess. I didn't know it cooked down. I thought I was gonna get the judges drunk. I still believe that flavor is a big important thing, and it has to be because I'm still here. So.
Well, Chef Trini, yes, there's certain knowledge you're missing from a culinary trained chef, but you do use the flavors right. You have that passion, you have that sense that you can create something and bring up the right flavors out. And that's what brought out on your dessert.
And congratulations again, Chef Trini.
Thank you. Join
us next time for another exciting semifinal round on Show Me Chefs.
A little nervous, but this is kind of where the rubber meets the road. This is the big dogs in the industry, so.
I see a little panic on Chef Michaels. Thought wrong. Oh, there's fire.